All right, today we're gonna be making pumpkin bread muffins or bread. It doesn't really matter. So we're gonna need oil. We're gonna need some sort of flour, probably bread flour. We're gonna need white sugar. We're gonna need some salt. We're gonna go ahead and need some baking soda. We also need some baking or some pumpkin, canned pumpkin, and then we're gonna need some baking powder. We're gonna need some pumpkin pie seasoning, and we're gonna need 2 eggs. All right, next you want to go ahead and add half a cup of oil, vegetable oil, whatever you want. I recommend vegetable oil. That is personally what I use, but you can really use any oil you want. Go ahead and add that into a large bowl. All right, next you're gonna want to go ahead and add 1 3/4 cups of sugar and add that to the oil mixture. Alright, next you want to add your 2 eggs. Make sure to beat well before adding another one. So add 1 egg, beat well, add another egg, beat well, and then we'll get into our next step. Alright, next up you're going to want to go ahead and add 15 ounces of canned pumpkin or pureed pumpkin, whatever you want to call it. And then for me, that's about 1 can. So 1 can, 15 ounces of pureed pumpkin, and go ahead and add that to the egg, oil, and sugar mixture. Alright, next up, you're going to go ahead and add exactly 1 tablespoon of your pumpkin pie spice. So once you go ahead and add that, once again, add it to the same mixture you have been this entire time. You will not switch bowls throughout this entire process. Mix well, and once you have that all mixed in, we'll go ahead and get to the next step. Alright, once you have the pumpkin pie spice all mixed in, what you want to do next is go ahead and add exactly, you can't mess this up, you have to add 2 cups of flour. Again, like I said, this can be all-purpose flour, this can be gluten-free flour, not recommended. But I would recommend bread flour, because this is bread and golden metal, gold medal brown bread flour is just the best, in my opinion. So once you go ahead and add that, we'll get into our next step. Alright, once you go ahead and mix the bread flour into the mixture very well, you want to go ahead and add exactly half a teaspoon of baking powder and exactly half a teaspoon of baking soda. Okay, and then once you are finished, that is all your dry ingredients. Of course, you want to go ahead and add about a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. But once you have that all mixed in, you are ready to add it to the muffins, the muffin pans, the bread pans, whatever you want to do. Alright, so once you got all that mixed in, you want to go ahead and grab a cookie scoop or a measuring cup or whatever you want to do. I do not recommend using just a spatula and scraping it in there. That gets really messy and it's really difficult to do. You just grab that, and once you do, you just go ahead and very slowly scoop it in to the muffin tray or the bread tray. If you're doing bread, either use parchment paper or you spray it with cooking spray or butter or oil, whatever you want. But for muffins, you don't have to do anything like that. It will just work um, if you do the liners. If you don't have the liners, you can just spray it or use butter or use oil. But I just recommend using liners. They just make your life so much easier. Let's see. Yeah, this makes about 12 so my pan is 12 and I made about 6 from the other one. So this one makes about approximately about maybe 18 cupcakes. Probably 18 cupcakes. Okay. Yeah, but that's it. 18 cupcakes approximately. I think that's how many I made. But yeah, just go ahead and fill them all up just like this. All right, once you got all of your things filled up, your bread pan, your cupcake pan, your muffin pan, it doesn't really matter. All right, so if you're doing mini muffins, put them in for about 12 to 16 minutes. And then for normal muffins, like the ones I'm doing, I'd recommend putting them in for about 20 to 28 minutes. And then for the bread, I recommend putting in it for 40 to about maybe probably like 45 to an hour. So that's why I didn't do bread pans for this, but they definitely do take the longest. So yeah, but put in the oven, them in the oven for 325 degrees, and then you're all done. And there you go, you're done. I'd let these cool for about 5 to 10 minutes. Um, and you're done. This is a really easy recipe. If you want to do this, make sure to comment down below if you enjoyed it, if it was a good recipe, try to tweak it. And this is the recipe. I hope you all enjoyed. And I'll catch you in the next one.